High School here at Putnam Northern Westchester BOCES. I'd like to welcome all of you to an event that is a milestone in these students' lives. Significant dedication from everyone here today. Most importantly, the students. It's truly a reason and time to celebrate. Before we start recognizing our fine graduates, let us first open the ceremony with the Pledge of Allegiance led by 2024 graduate Josiah Ruiz. Now, before he says the pledge, a few weeks ago, I came to work. For several years, I was bearded and long-haired. Josiah came off the bus. I was clean-shaven with a haircut, and he said, "Why would you do this to me when I'm graduating?" I said, "What, shave?" He said, "Yeah, you look disgusting." So I hope that there's enough covering here to make your graduation special.
I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic in which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Have a nice day.
So I'd like to begin this evening by introducing several dignitaries who are here among us to celebrate and honor the young men and women who are graduating from Fox Meadow High School this evening. We have board members, Mr. Richard Krebs and Ms. Tina McKay. Our superintendent could not be here this evening, but we have Deputy Superintendent Dr. Lynn Allen. We have Assistant Superintendent Mr. Lou Riolo. Also Assistant Superintendent Mr. Todd Curry. Also Assistant Superintendent Mr. Matt Carr. We have our Director of Special Education, Dr. Nicole Genexi. Fellow administrators, Mr. Fred Santoli, our Assistant Director, Ms. Chilamate, who cannot be with us, but Coordinator Related Special Services, Dr. Melissa Cafaro, who is Supervisor of Special Education for local school buildings, Ms. Catherine White, many of whom have had similar celebrations recently, Supervisor of Special Education at Walden, Selene Parisi, Supervisor of Special Education at Pinesbridge, and Ms. Meg Bucklands, our also Supervisor of Special Education. Special thanks to our O&M team, our IT department, Mr. Ed Catapano, who put together our student reflections, Ms. Trish Herbold, who put together our presentation for today from our creative designs department. To all of the parents and families here, your support over the years has been invaluable. The success of the students was possible because of your support, your communication, and your involvement, so thank you. We appreciate your collaboration. At this time, I'd like all of our Fox Meadow staff to please stand up, for those who might be seated. The teachers and staff at Fox Meadow have diligently partnered with the students and their parents and families to help our students achieve the important landmark that we honor tonight. Each of our graduates can likely recall many key conversations with an educator at Fox Meadow, in which they were offered caring words or some wise advice. Let's recognize their contribution to your success. Let's give them another round of applause. Thank you. While this is a time for joy and celebration, it's important to recognize a young man who would have been in this year's graduating class. Mikhail Michael Militarev, a longtime PNW BOCES student, passed away last year after a long battle with illness. Michael is an inquisitive young man who found great joy in learning. In between doctor appointments and treatments, Michael would come to school, always with a smile on his face, eager to tell anyone who would listen about the newest fact, joke, or riddle he had learned while he had been away from school. He was a joy to have in our program, and he is sorely missed today. In his remembrance, I would like to just take a moment of silence. Thank you. I'd like to now introduce our Deputy Superintendent of Putnam Northern Westchester BOCES, Dr. Lynn Allen, who will say a few words.
Good evening, everyone. On behalf of Neil Boyle, our district superintendent, who could not attend this evening, it is my great honor to provide welcoming remarks at such a milestone occasion, Fox Meadows 2024 graduation. As some of you may know, I've had the privilege of serving as a leader at BOCES for nearly 22 years. I am a true BOCES lifers, as they call us, because there's no other place that I would ever want to be. During my over 2 decades at BOCES, I have had the honor of serving in several leadership capacities in many different divisions, departments, and programs, but none more memorable than my days at Fox Meadow. This is truly when my devotion for our students and staff, as well as my passion for programs, bloomed and has continued to blossom ever since. In fact, I remember many summers ago hiring Mr. Colvin as a math teacher for one of our high school programs located back in Building 8. I remember it like yesterday. How wonderful it has been to watch his love for our children and his passion for our Fox Meadow program grow over the years. I am extraordinarily proud to stand beside him tonight as our esteemed Fox Meadow principal. When I joined Fox Meadow those many years ago, I noticed right away there was something different about this school. The students, the staff, the program, the campus, it was like nothing I had ever experienced before. Does this sound familiar to anyone else? My guess is that all of you have felt the same way, because there truly is something very different about Fox Meadow. But what exactly is it? Is it the unique educational program that you simply can't find in any other school district? Is it the small class size, where students and staff can work more closely together each and every day? Or does it have something to do with classrooms being in raised ranch houses? Although I think all of these things contribute to the uniqueness of the program, there is still more than meets the eye at Fox Meadow. After all, where can you go to a school where the secretary has everyone's favorite snack in her desk drawer? Yes. Or are encouraged to meet up with your friends in a parking lot during the school day? Where else can you find a staff who makes a full-course Thanksgiving dinner every year? Also true. Fox Meadow. Where else can you find a teacher who plays the guitar for students? Where else can you find a staff member who makes hot chocolate in the morning on a cold winter's day? Or a teacher who makes egg sandwiches on a George Foreman grill? That's Fox Meadow. It's all of these things and many more that set Fox Meadow apart. Although the list of these kinds of astonishing gestures could go on forever because they happen every day, I have discovered over the years that it is the people that make Fox Meadow so special. Fox Meadow is a family of people who deeply care about and love our students through the best of times and the worst of times. I am convinced that this program not only changes lives, it saves lives. I have heard this exact sentiment over and over and over again from students and staff every year. Fox Meadow is a place like no other because of the people. A million thanks to all of you who sit here tonight to support this special group of students who are most definitely our greatest gifts of all. Graduates, please know that your Fox Meadow family will never forget you. They will always be here for you and will forever hold you dear. Thank you for letting Fox Meadow and BOCES be part of your lives and your journeys these past few years. A heartfelt congratulations to each and every one of you. We look forward to all the great things yet to come in your very bright futures. Onward it is. Thank you.
Now I'd like to bring up our board president, Mr. Richard Krebs.
Thanks, Mike. When I heard Mike introduce the part about the hair, had he told me, I may have been able to get some of it. That would have been pretty interesting. But this is a very special day. On behalf of the board, I want to welcome everyone to our Fox Meadow campus. I, too, have been with Lynn in BOCES as a board member for over 22 years, so this is always very special to me. I always try very hard, and I'm usually successful. I never miss the Fox Meadow graduation. It's a special day for very special students. We give them the opportunity to achieve things, to strive for better things, and we like to say that with the help of our staff, we're able to create a culture that they can thrive in, they can work in, and they can become, obviously, better citizens as they move on from their graduation. So my one board member, Tina McKay, is here. My other board members would have liked to have been here, obviously, but we have Dr. Jim Ryan, who used to be our district superintendent, now a board member, Frank Schnecker, Neil Haber, Kathy Lilburn, and Michael Simpkins from Peekskill. So on behalf of all of those board members, we want to wish everyone well. Congratulations. We want to say thank you to our staff for doing such a fine job with these young folks. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Krebs. It is now my pleasure to introduce Miss Laura Donnellan, the mother of Liam Donnellan, one of our graduating seniors. Ms. Donnellan, thank you.
Hey everybody, students, parents, friends, family, teachers, staff, everyone. My name is Laura Donnellan and I am Liam's mom. Before I say anything, I would like you all to know that I had absolutely no idea that I was the only parent speaking tonight. I was asked through an email, and I thought that every mom was going to get to say a sentence or two. I found out tonight when I got here, it was me. So I was a little nervous when I was asked to speak today. I said, but then again, who am I kidding? I love to talk about Liam. His father and I are very proud of him and his friends here at Fox Meadow. We came up from the city, from the DOE, the Department of Education. They did not know what to do with him. He spent more time in the principal's office or sitting next to the security guard than in a classroom learning. It was a mess. And then that's when a security guard actually said, they're not doing him any favors here. You need to find something better for him. And we came to Carmel, and that's when we found Fox Meadow, and it was the best thing that ever happened to him. Through Miss Cammie and Mr. I and Dr. G and Mr. Colvin and Kerry Farrell, Stacy Daniel, Mr. Justin, and the whole staff, just to name a few, he has learned that he is worth it. He has confidence that he never had before. And he has learned that through himself, anything is possible. Fox Meadow was an amazing, safe environment where Liam learned to just be who he was meant to be. He learned at his own pace, and he learned to feel proud of himself, and he made real friends. I know they say it takes a village to raise a child, and when Liam arrived at Fox Meadow, we were so glad to find not only a village, we had an entire continent of trained people that cared about him to help us raise him and educate him. And I will be eternally grateful to each and every one of you. You guys are the best. Congratulations, Liam, and every single one of you. You earned it. Congratulations to the class of 2024.
Thank you, Ms. Donnellan. I'm going to try and get through my speech without melting. It's really hard. I am honored to be here today to speak about our graduating class of 2024. Whether you've been with us for a few months or a few years, I think we can all attest to the growth that we've seen in our graduates. For students who have been with us since middle school, I also mean that quite literally. Some of you I remember when you were about this big, which is crazy to think about. What continues to strike me about the students at Fox Meadow year after year is that despite their differences in history, culture, strengths, and challenges, we find collaboration, community, respect, and acceptance amongst all students. All of you have taken different pathways, all of you have worked hard and overcome challenges to arrive at this momentous occasion. As I thought about what I would speak about this evening, I continually came back to a meeting that I had last week with several other staff members, where we were posed a question. And the question was, if you could, what message would you give to your teenage self? So I thought back about who I was as a teenager, who I've become, and what I've learned along the way. And some of this is going to be generic stuff that you've probably heard a million times, and you're going to hear it again. But I think I have something that maybe is a little bit different. So first thing I would say to myself is that you can't live off meat and potatoes, and surprisingly, vegetables aren't that bad. The second thing is that at some point in your life, and I'm speaking to me, jeans, flannels, and flip-flops will cease to be work attire unless you get really, really lucky. All right, so for the serious stuff. I tell myself to travel. Figure out what you want to see out in the world and go see it. I tell myself in those times when you say, can't possibly get any worse, it probably can get worse. But roll with it, because if it can't get any worse, it's got to get better. I tell myself that you can't go it alone. When you fall down, someone offers a helping hand to get back up. Take the help, even if you think you can do it yourself. I tell myself to forgive people, to not hold grudges, life is too short. I tell myself to say thank you and tell people you appreciate them. Simple, kind words can brighten someone else's day. Simple, kind words can facilitate relationships. I tell myself to admit when you're wrong and apologize when you make a mistake. It makes life a lot easier. I tell myself that a few great friends are far more valuable than a lot of okay friends. And that some of the most important people in your life you're yet to meet. I tell myself that while it might be tough, sometimes you gotta cut things out of your life that aren't positive or helpful. So like I said, a lot of these things are generic. You've heard them before, but they warrant repeating, and they're things that, as I look back, I would tell myself about 30 years ago, which is also scary to say. One of the last things I'll share that I would tell myself, when I was a teenager, I focused all my energy into a handful of things that I was really good at. And I was good at those things. So most folks would think, like, that's great, that's awesome. But I'm not sure if I loved the things that I was good at, or if I loved that I was good at those things. So here's my last piece of advice. Some people naturally fall into things that they love and are good at, but for most of us, it takes time, energy, it takes work. With that in mind, find something or some things that you love and work on being good at them. So why do I say this? Because thinking about being a teenager, focusing all my energy into doing things I was really good at was in some ways limiting. Right? I worked hard, but they weren't really challenging. As I got older, I was forced to have new experiences, and not experiencing failure was difficult to move beyond, and probably took a lot longer than if I had stepped outside my comfort zone when I was younger. So challenge yourself, Do things you never thought you would do, and find things you love that you can work towards being good at. Now, I want you to look around at all the people who have come to celebrate you. We have a pretty solid crowd this year. Think of how they've helped you along the way. Your families, your teachers, your friends. Think about the hard work that you put in to reach this day. You should be proud and confident that you're equipped with the skills and support necessary to succeed. I'm going to end this with something, and those who have known me for a while can laugh at me, that's okay. Last night I was watching a Disney movie, sadly, with my daughter. A movie called Soul. Now, I'm not going to lie, she went off and played because she doesn't have much of an attention span, and I finished the movie by myself. I've fallen far. In this movie, new souls have to find their spark, their reason for being, before being sent to Earth to live. In a nutshell, the story follows a stubborn soul, 22, who with a little help is able to find the purpose, and all ends well, because that's how Disney movies go. I hope as you begin your next journey, you find your spark. Here you sit as graduates of the Fox Meadow class of 2024. We're so incredibly proud of you. Congratulations. All right, so we're going to move on to our presentation of certificates. Staff members are going to come up. They're going to say a few words about graduates. Graduates, as your name is called, you can come up here. You'll stand over to the left of the podium. In applause, you're going to listen to the message. You'll receive your certificates of completion, and then you can roll through our folks here, shake some hands. You can pause to take some pictures, and then you return to your seats and we'll move on to the next person. So our first graduate of the evening is Mr. Jake Bonder. Come on up. Congratulations, Jake. So Mr. I unfortunately couldn't be here, but with his input and that from several other teachers. So Jake, getting through high school was an obstacle yet to overcome because of a variety of reasons. But you did it, and everybody's incredibly proud. While getting to school may have been a struggle over the first few years, your team, you, your parents, your teachers were constantly reviewing, revising, and implementing your individual plan for success. Your ability to connect with a few key staff members, especially Mr. I, helped keep you progressing academically through the years. Fast forward to today as you sit here as a high school graduate. Teachers commented on how nice it was to have you attend school consistently, participate in classes, ask inquisitive questions, and share your knowledge with others. Responses to your daily English quote showed your ability to think on deeper levels and was always insightful. You didn't give up, and that's a true testament to your ability to persevere. I want you to remember that every time you think there's something you can't do, you've already proven the opposite of that mentality. I hope you get to spend your days after high school doing what you love. Fishing, refining your digital art skills, continuing to build your Etsy shop, and exploring your love of cooking. Use your talents to your benefit to succeed in every way possible. Congratulations, and we wish you the best of luck. Next up is Miss Stacy Daniel, who is going to speak about Miss Coda Chen.
Dear Miss Coda Chen, I know you have a passion for anime and yearn to visit Japan one day. So in contemplating what I want to say to you today, I look for Japanese quotes that you could think about as you venture into the next chapter of your life. He who strongly desires to rise up will think of a way to build a ladder, meaning if you want something bad enough, you'll find a way to make it happen. I believe if you set your mind to achieving any goal, and you never give up, then you can accomplish it. The 3 things I want every student to learn from being in my class is to think on a deeper level, to always remain humble, and to always persevere. I believe you have these traits within you and will use them to rise above whatever obstacles are thrown your way. Never forget how far you've come, because it will help you during times when you're struggling the most. And you have a kindness and thoughtfulness to you that is endearing, special. Let that guide you. Follow your heart. You have big plans, my lady, and I hope you see all of them through. I want to hear down the road that you are indeed working as a piercer and also working as a vet tech. These are your goals. See them through no matter what. Congratulations and good luck.
Next, I'd like to introduce Mr. Randy Hill, who's going to speak about Justine to Jesus.
I would like to extend my congratulations to all the graduates for the remarkable achievement. Today I have the honor of sharing a few words about Justine. Justine is someone who confidently advocates for herself. She demonstrates a keen awareness of her strength and aware areas where she needs support and isn't hesitant to seek assistance when necessary. Though it may not always be easy, she ultimately embraces the help offered to her. In recent weeks, Justine has exemplified her dedication by going above and beyond to complete the assignments required for graduation. Her collaboration with Ms. Kovacs has been instrumental in achieving this milestone. Justine, I wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors. Congratulations once again on this significant accomplishment.
Next, I'd like to introduce Ms. Erin Kovacs, who's going to say a few words about Mr. Josh Diaz.
First, I want to say congratulations to all of you. What an achievement. I'm so proud of all of you. I started with many of you, and this is an amazing day. Josh. Josh was one of the first students that I had the pleasure of meeting when I began to work here at Fox Meadow. From the minute that I met Josh, his kindness and respect for others stood out to me right away, as he would always hold the door open for staff and peers and pull up a chair if I was working with him individually. Whenever he would ask anyone for anything, he would always begin with please and thank you. Aside from his kind mannerisms, Josh was always very respectful toward his peers and was always willing to help them in any way. He is an extremely hard worker and is very involved in his education. He always engages in deep conversations with staff and peers, whether it be in response to Miss Stacy's quote of the day, in which he always provided a deep and meaningful response, or a discussion based upon a specific topic being taught in class. Josh possesses a great amount of knowledge about many different historical and current events, as well as trivial things. One thing that really stands out in my mind throughout the past 3 years working with Josh is his level of perseverance. He is very determined and will seek out assistance to achieve his goals. When he was preparing to take his driver's permit test, he would come to me every free period that he had, and we would work together preparing for the exam. which, by the way, he passed with flying colors on his first exam. Josh is also known around the campus as having a great sense of smile as well, with his amazing hoodies and sneakers. He takes pride in his appearance and is often asked where he gets such cool outfits or sneakers. Recently, one of his peers asked him, "How did you get such a nice cell phone?" And his response was, "I have a job. I work. If you want nice things in life, you have to work." This was a very powerful statement and testament as to who Josh is, a hard worker who doesn't take anything for granted and is willing and eager to put in the work needed to achieve his goals as well as to shape his future. I will finish this with the quote that Josh chose for his yearbook quote. Once again, we must have researched at least 20 until he found the exact one he wanted. Sunny days wouldn't be so special if it weren't for rain. Joy wouldn't feel so good if it weren't for pain. Every negative is a positive. The bad things that happen to me, I somehow make them good. This says it all when I think of Josh. Congratulations. And congratulations.
I have the honor of speaking about Mr. Dominic DiPaolo. So, Mr. DiPaolo has been with us for several years. The student who started with us, the quiet, unassuming young man, has grown into a young adult who loves to make people laugh and engage in debate-style conversation, challenging points of view in a thoughtful manner. He really gets along with a pretty diverse crew of peers, which is nice to see. He has a way about him where he can certainly be the center of attention, and if articulating the right joke, can make everyone laugh through his style and delivery. He truly has a sense of humor that makes him stand out in a crowd. Although you're unsure of your path after high school, you spent a lot of time over the last couple of years immersed in vocational programs, including the electrician training, spent a lot of time working outside of school. Working with your hands is clearly a strong skill set. Whether you choose to get a job, go back to school, or seek more training, we have no doubt you'll be met with success. Whatever it is you choose to do it with conviction and heart. Keep in touch. We wish you the best of luck. Congratulations, Dominic. Now I'd like to introduce Mr. Justin Lundstedt, who's going to be speaking about Liam Donnellan. Just kidding.
I literally said she was here. I
This
was
is
not
Miss
expecting
Teresa
to see-
Ritchie.
Good evening, everybody. First off, extremely proud of each and every one of you that are here. It's a true testament to see that you guys are here and graduating. Congratulations, I'm very proud of each and every one of you. So today, I have the absolute honor of speaking about Liam Donnellan. Liam, you can go ahead and face the crowd if you would like. I truly had the pleasure of teaching Liam for all 4 years. Now, this is the first crew that when I first started, they're all graduating. This is my first full graduating class, so it's really proud for me to stand here and speak on his behalf. He actually has been a huge part of this community since he started here in the middle school, which is even before me, right? The amount of growth from freshman year to senior year is unbelievable, and I know that the other staff members completely agree. It is amazing to watch you graduate today, among with everybody else that's here. In order to write this speech for an admirable and well-known student, I decided to ask fellow staff and students about you. Sorry. Liam, in a few words, your friends at school have described you as sarcastic, caring, energetic, and funny. Okay? While staff have described him as enthusiastic, empathetic, funny, and the kid who always carries around your lunch tray, no matter where you are going. Okay? Doesn't even eat it, just carries it around in class at lunch. Right? All of us here at Fox Meadow wish you great happiness and success in your future endeavors. We cannot wait to see what the life holds for you in school. and in, working. I know I'll miss our amazing memories, our inside jokes, everything about The Office. I don't know who I'm going to quote it to in the future. We truly hope you come back to visit, and I'll miss you tremendously. So congratulations, Liam, and the entire class of 2024. I am so proud of each and every one of you.
How's surgery, by the way, G? What? How's surgery?
Now I'd like to introduce Ms. Morgan Connor, who is going to speak about Mr. Gage Jarvis.
Today we celebrate Gage's journey of growth, resilience, and achievement, from overcoming challenges in various areas to embracing opportunities throughout our campus. He has shown remarkable determination and kindness. Gage has worn many hats, such as peer mediator, athlete, music and pop culture educator, and so much more. As he steps into this next chapter of his life, Gage carries with him valuable lessons learned along the way that have helped shape him into the young man that he is, and his potential to make a positive impact on himself and those around him. Gage has a significant level of naturally acquired intellect and quickly became an appreciated and charismatic member of the Fox Meadow community. We at Fox Meadow High School are proud of his accomplishments and so grateful for the support of his family, teachers, and friends. Congratulations, Gage. Your future is bright, and we eagerly anticipate the great things that you will achieve.
Next up, we have a couple students who couldn't be with us, but we'd like to say a few words about. First up is Ms. Patty Lucido, who's going to speak about Connor Marr.
Hello, everybody, and congratulations to all of you well-deserving graduates. You've done an amazing job. I'm proud of each and every one of you. Good evening. First, I want to congratulate all the graduates on this monumental accomplishment. Graduating from high school may only happen once, and it's a long road traveled to get here. Each student should feel very proud of themselves. Connor came to Fox Meadow last year while enrolled in the nursing program at the Tech Center. His commitment to working in the healthcare field never wavered as he maintained employment at a local nursing home while attending school. Connor, here you are not only graduating from high school, but also leaving with a degree as a certified nursing assistant, a degree that will help carry you on the rest of your journey toward becoming a registered nurse. Working as a nurse is a very honorable profession, one in which you are always helping others. It is truly a noble job. We wish you the best of luck at Hartwick College and in all of your future endeavors. Congratulations.
And now we're going to have Ms. Bailey Grant speak about Anaya Matthias.
Congratulations to the class of 2024. Anaya has been a student at Fox Meadow for 3 years. I have had the pleasure of working with her for the last year at Fox Meadow. Anaya and I quickly bonded over our love of binge-watching TV and eating good food. Shortly after beginning to work with her, it was very clear that Anaya not only has an excellent sense of humor, but is an incredibly sweet and caring person. While she may be quiet at times, those that know her that know that she is deeply loyal to her friends and family. Anaya has a calm and steady demeanor that will benefit her greatly as she pursues a career in the healthcare field. It has been a pleasure working with her this last year, and I wish her the best of luck in her next chapter.
Ms. Stacy Daniel is going to speak about Mr. Hunter Morgan. Come on, Hunter.
Okay, so I remember the first time we met. You came to Fox Meadow with your parents for an intake last year. Dr. Waite and I talked to the three of you about our program and answered questions. You were so quiet during the meeting. Fast forward to September and I got to see the real Hunter in motion. You were a staple in my classroom 3 times a day, 2 times for English and 1 time for lunch. While there have been some hurdles we've had to overcome together, you certainly grew on me as my work's on. I love how much you love your grandparents and the time you get to spend upstate. I know nature and everything outdoors is where you're most content and in your element. I enjoyed our conversations about omens and how all things have meaning and purpose. I hope you learned some valuable lessons from reading The Alchemist with the class. I know from the book that this resonated with you. The boy was beginning to understand that intuition is really a sudden immersion of the soul into the universal current of life, where the histories of all people are connected and we are able to know everything because it's all written there. You and I discussed how we need to listen to our intuition as it is connected to the soul of the world and it will help guide us. I bring this up because I don't want you to ever forget this as you leave high school and start on the next chapter in your life. I hope you not only remember to follow your intuition but also pursue your personal legend, your dreams. Use the skills you learned at Tech when you took small engines and carpentry and work in one of those fields, maybe start a business. Whatever it is that you do it with heart, remember to be kind, apologize when you're wrong, and most importantly, learn from every mistake. Mistakes are meant to happen so we can grow from them. I wish you the best of luck. Congratulations. Everybody is so proud, including your grandpa who's smiling down on you.
Hunter.
I'd like to introduce Mr. Justin Lundstedt, who's going to speak about Mr. Charlie Noble. A little taller, sorry.
All right. So when Charlie asked if I would speak about him at graduation, I was obviously happy to say yes. Since I've worked with Charlie for about 6 years now, 7 years. See, I can't remember. It goes back that far. However, before I could say thank you for thinking of me, there were some rules that he had already set in place that I was required to adhere to. First one was no embarrassing Charlie with stories of the past. Not gonna happen. And the second one is no going on and on about him because he's not a huge fan of the limelight. So here's what I'm going to do. First and foremost, I'm going to wish Charlie congratulations. He's earned it. I'm also going to give my thanks and congratulations to his parents because this was a team effort by all. See, when I met Charlie in the 7th grade, I met a student who was living minute to minute. He was in survival mode and held so much angst and frustration inside. He had no outlook on the future and was prepared to live at home forever. But with the perseverance and the help of a supportive and assisting family, both at home and at Fox Meadow, Charlie was able to grow into an amazing young man with all the potential in the world and now with personal goals. I have personally watched him conquer adversity as well as daily struggles, including bus rides. But most of all, he's conquered the fear of graduating high school and identifying the possibilities that life can bring to him. As educational professionals, we can sometimes get lucky to be a part of the lives of students who ultimately change you as a person for the better. Charlie's one of those students that has accomplished that feat. Without him and a few of the other students graduating tonight, I may not have asked for the switch to work here at Fox Meadow. I used to work at Walden, and some of them came over, and I followed. So believe me when I say the impact has made my life life-changing. In conclusion, I'd like to recite something that I found that I want Charlie and the rest of the graduates to hear. Just in case you forget and feel stuck from time to time, remember that you have people here who are so proud of you for everything you've endured and achieved. We can only hope you know how worthy you are and how much you bring to the world ahead. I'm proud of you for not giving up, You could have given up, but you didn't, no matter how loud your mind told you to or how much you wanted to. You continued to show up every day despite the challenges ahead. I'm proud of you for taking steps forward to better yourself, for taking chances and trying new things, even when every instinct warned you against it. And finally, I'm proud of you for showing everyone, including yourself, just what you're capable of. Your strength, courage, and persistence is inspiring, and you should be proud of yourself as well. So congratulations, Charlie, and the rest of the group. May the future provide you with everything you've worked so hard for.
Now, Miss Alex Cami come up to speak about Michael Rivera.
First and foremost, congrats, grads. Surreal seeing you guys up here. This class holds a very dear place in my heart. So today I have the honor of speaking about Michael Rivera. Michael came to Fox Meadow High School as a 10th grader, and I have had the pleasure of working with him ever since. Michael is a talented writer and enjoys creating short stories and scripts. Reading his work is like entering a portal into his mind, which is creative and fascinating. Michael does not only pride himself on being a skillful writer, but more importantly, a loyal friend. He cares deeply about those he loves and is protective of them. He has an innate sense of good versus evil, so much so that we would joke that he is our Batman on campus. Michael also does not give himself enough credit for how funny he truly is. He is often the resident comic in his classes and can make almost anyone laugh with his dry sense of humor. There have been many failed attempts on my part to persuade Michael to participate in improv classes. Michael, we are so proud of you for all that you have accomplished in these 3 years with us. We acknowledge that it was not always easy and there were many days where coming to school was a difficult feat, but you showed up and powered through. In fact, you did it with grace and humor. We will miss laughing with you, but we are always cheering you on and are anxious to hear all of the great things that you will achieve in the future. Congrats.
Now, we'll have Miss Carrie Farrell speak about Josiah Ruiz.
Good evening. I am honored to be standing here to say some words about Josiah. Josiah is a well-known student in our community that began his education journey with PNW BOCES as a kindergartner in 2010. Josiah started at our Walden program and moved on to the Fox Meadow High School program where he is now standing as a proud graduate. Josiah is incredibly likable, friendly, outgoing, funny, and hardworking. He is adored by everyone he meets, including staff and students. I have personally worked with Josiah since he was in middle school. While Josiah was always eager to learn and participate, he has shown tremendous growth in his desire and determination towards doing well in school and working towards his future goals. He has also demonstrated remarkable gains in his people skills, remembering people's names for one, and he has successfully learned how to better advocate for himself and positively develop and navigate friendships with others throughout the years. Everyone who has worked with Josiah in the last 14 years of his journey has something positive to say. In preparation for creating this speech for such a popular and admirable and well-liked student, I didn't think it would be fair to take full reign of this speech. One of the PNW BOCES principals, Mr. Soul, was more than willing to share some words about Josiah. Mr. Soul, he was here earlier, but Mr. Soul, has known Josiah for the duration of his time at BOCES. He noted, as a young student at the Walden Learning Center, I remember Josiah being kind, generous, and with a tremendous amount of positive energy. He always tried his best, but maybe more importantly, he was helpful to others. Over the years, I had the honor to watch Josiah grow and develop into a fine young man who has maintained these very same qualities. He is someone who tries his best, but most importantly cares about others. He is always smiling and willing to make the best of any situation. Mr. Soul was lucky to cross paths with Josiah multiple times, even after he retired as principal of Walden. Mr. Soul worked as the intern principal here at Fox Meadow with Josiah, and he also worked as the intern principal at Tech during his time in carpentry. Josiah has always expressed that Mr. Soul is like his school dad. While Mr. Soul finds this funny, he really is honored that Josiah thinks of him in this way. Josiah spent the past year participating in the carpentry program at the Tech Center. Josiah's plan after high school is to continue his path and pursue a career in the carpentry industry. I asked his carpentry teacher, Mr. Farrell, who is here, to share some words about Josiah. Mr. Farrell expressed, Josiah is a student that makes it worth it. He has a can-do attitude. He never gives up and brings an absolute smile to your face from the minute that you see him. He advocates for himself and is very helpful to other students, which is a quality to take into this world, a quality that more people should follow. Josiah has a big future ahead of him, and the world will be a better place with him in it wherever he goes, no matter what career he chooses. Mr. Farrell said, let me leave you with this. As a carpenter, that young man has run circles around most students I have taught so far, hands down. I am proud to be his teacher, mostly proud for having met him and to call him a friend. He has taught me more than I could ever teach him, and I will forever be grateful. There are probably at least 20 other teachers who would have loved to say something about Josiah or share a memory of Josiah, but we would literally be here all night. I see some teachers here from Walden that I know are here to see Josiah graduate, so it's amazing. It is evident that Josiah has made a genuine, long-lasting, and positive impact on many people's lives through his time here at BOCES. Josiah, you should be so proud of yourself and your accomplishments in and out of high school. Congratulations.
I'd like to introduce Mr. Martin Kearns, who's going to speak about Skylar Thurston.
Today marks a momentous occasion as we gather to celebrate Skylar and the class of 2024's journey through academia. A journey that has left a lasting impression on everyone who has had the privilege to watch you grow. Whether it be critiques of books or passionate jokes and arguments in the D&D club, you represent the first class to re-enter full-time education after the events of 2020, and in many ways, you and your cohort have redefined what it means to be a Fox Meadow student in a remarkable way. Many of you are probably unaware, but Skylar and I have a running joke that he's my younger self who's come to the future to aggravate me. The truth is, Skylar, you already possess many of the character traits I can only hope to have had at your age. From your fierce defense of what you feel is just, to your passion for knowledge, watching you grow has proved time and again that you are absolutely and undeniably your own person. But for the sake of argument, I have some advice from your perhaps future self as you move out into the world. Stoke that fire inside of you that makes you want to learn and grow by engaging in endeavors that bring you joy, not just money. And should you return to the past, remember, wear sunscreen and buy Bitcoin. It's going to help us out. Congratulations to you, Skylar, and to Fox Meadows class of 2024.
Nice going, Chandler!
We have one last student who couldn't be with us tonight. Ms. Kelly Laffey is going to say a few words about Mateo over in Sherboot. And then we are going to revisit, fingers crossed, our senior reflections.
Hi guys, congratulations graduates. It's my honor to stand before you and share a few words about one of our graduates, Mateo. Now, when I first met Mateo, I couldn't help but wonder if he had a secret handbook on how to keep teachers on their toes, but despite his mischievous antics, there's no denying the heart of gold that beats within him. Mateo, you have a unique skill set and can challenge the best of us, but you're also one of the most responsible and sweetest individuals I've ever had the pleasure of teaching. One thing that stands out about Mateo is his knack for silent leadership. While he may not always be the loudest voice in the room, when push comes to shove, Mateo is the first one to always have your back. And let's not forget Mateo's dedication to serving his community as a volunteer firefighter and EMT. When asked why he does it, his response of, "Because it's fun," may have raised a few eyebrows, but I assure you his commitment to helping others and his kindness runs deep. It's been quite the adventure getting to know him over the past 3 months. May your journey be filled with laughter, adventure, and just the right amount of mischief. Congratulations, Mateo.
On behalf of all of us, I want to say good luck, best wishes, congratulations today, and on all your future successes. Please keep in touch. You're part of a shared history of our Cox Meadow family. With that, I would ask that all of you here today offer our graduates of 2024 a huge round of applause.